This is music, and this is rock and metal and plus. Greetings and salutations and congratulations to Johnny Mac from the Rock and Metal Plus channel on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Well deserved. Congratulations. Cheers. This is rock tea. I figured it would be fitting. It's just tea that was grown in a mountainous area, and it's a nice. Anyways, congratulations to Johnny Mac. If you don't know the Rock and Metal Plus channel, go and check it out. It's a vinyl community channel. He shows a lot of cool metal music, black metal, death metal, all the way to hard rock and glam metal, and a lot of classic rock too, and goth rock. And he shows vinyl and cassettes and CDs and the occasional book. The plus part uh, in his channel's name, I think, reflects an original intention to also cover other things than just rock and metal, like comic books and gaming and pro wrestling. I think he mentioned that at some point. And but it's a great channel. Go and check it out if you like vinyl community content. Now he has launched a contest to celebrate that he has reached 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I like his channel, obviously, so I want to take part in the celebration. So this is my entry into the contest. He has 10 questions or tasks for us, and they fall into three sections. So the first one is first, last, and always section. The second one is something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And the third section has more to do with vinyl community here on YouTube and Johnny Mac's channel, Rock and Metal Plus. So let's get down to business. First, last, and always. The first question is, what was the first something, right? What's the first CD you bought? The first vinyl you bought? What was the first concert you went to? The first comic book you bought? Whatever. I'm going to show you the first CD I bought because I actually still have that very copy. And it's something I've shown before, but never hurts to show it again. It's this one here, Running Wild, Blazing Stone. This is a great album. I think this is just as good as all their other classics from the early 90s and throughout the 80s. But it's an album that not a lot of people mention when they talk about Running Wild. I don't know why, because I think it's great. This one has a lot of fantastic songs on it. So this is the first CD I ever bought. Then the last part is, so what was the last or most recent something, something, something that you bought or whatever? The last time you had a good pizza? I don't know. The most recent CD you bought? Uh, the last concert you went to? I'm gonna show you just because I have like a stack of CDs that came in the mail the other day, and these are literally the most recent CDs in my collection. So I'm just gonna show you just I guess a random like bunch of those. So got this one here, Cynthia, and this is Lady Maid. So I would say it's melodic, hard rock, power metal, uh, heavy metal, modern metal, something like that. It's pretty good. Um, this one here, Bad Messiah, Golden Seeds. This is glam metal, hard rock. So yeah, there you go. And I don't know, one last random pick. Valkyrie Zero, Attack of Valkyrie, thrash metal, and they're all ladies. So yeah, that was the last part. And then the favorite part, or the always part, that's, yeah. What is your favorite something, something, something? Your favorite album, your favorite party drink, your favorite comic book, whatever. I'm going to show you my favorite fighting fantasy book. If you don't know what fighting fantasy books are, it's a book series. Each book is a solitaire adventure. If you don't know what that is, a solitaire adventure is a branching narrative where the reader makes choices throughout the narrative that determine where the plot goes next. And very often, not always, but very often, they are in the second person too. So maybe you're reading a paragraph where your protagonist has entered a room, and then the room is described, and there is a weapons rack to the left, there's a bookcase to the right, and straight ahead there's a door. Then you're given the choice. If you want to check out the bookcase, go to paragraph 64. If you want to check out the weapons rack, go to paragraph 5. If you want to ignore them and go straight ahead, go to paragraph uh, 27. Okay? And not only that, uh, they're kind of something in between a book and a game, because the protagonist will have skills and stats, and will have to solve some puzzles, carry out some tasks, fight some enemies, and you have to roll dice to determine the outcome, whether the protagonist is successful or not. So that's Solitaire Adventures. And when I was a kid, I would just read Solitaire Adventures all the time. It was my favorite thing to read, especially the fighting fantasy book series. So I'm going to show you my favorite fighting fantasy book. It's this one here, City of Thieves. This is a reprint with a different artwork. The contents are the same though. Yeah, this is my favorite fighting fantasy book. I love most of them though. In this book, the protagonist has to travel through a very seedy and dangerous city um, to get to some other destination after the city. So, as the reader, you have to make sure that the protagonist survives uh, this city. And yeah, it's just great stuff. What I really like about these fighting fantasy books, in addition to the story itself, that's the illustrations. They're really awesome. Got this like woman with a snake's head, and a lot of the illustrations, not all of them, but a lot of them kind of have Mark Riddick features. I don't know if Mark Riddick was inspired by some of these illustrations, but just a last one. I love these books, and this is my favorite. So there you go. That was the first thematic section. Okay, the next one is something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So the something old part is, well, show something in your collection that's old. I'm gonna show you this right here. Star Wars, the Marvel Star Wars run, issue 1 from, guess it's from the late 70s. And this was part of a, I've had this for at least 20 years, so it's also old in that sense. Uh, this was part of a Star Wars collection I bought because there were some individual items in it. And I've given away a lot of the things I didn't need in that collection. But I've kept, a lot of them, including a smattering of these late 70s and also 80s Star Wars comics. Because I grew up reading these. And yeah, some of them are goofy, but some of them are really, really fantastic as well. So this is the very, very first issue. I'm also going to show you something from I think from the 90s. This is a two-issue kind of miniseries or whatever of the Tales of the Jedi, the original Tales of the Jedi comic book series, where the Knights of the Old Republic title, that just the title comes from that as well. And I actually used to have the entire run in this format here, the original issues, but I already had it in omnibus format, and I didn't need these, so I gave it to a very good friend who's a more serious Star Wars collector. I kept uh, I kept these two here though because they were not included in any of those omnibuy or whatever. So this is from the 90s, and this is I think, and this is from the the Dark Horse license era. So yeah, very cool. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I'm going to have to interrupt myself here because I actually forgot to show something new. I'm going to fix this right now through the magic of editing. What I'm going to show you is this one here, which I picked up, what, a month ago. So it's still pretty new to my collection for sure. Sealed and everything. Smith & Cutson, Better Days and Nights. Great blues slash hard rock project, I guess. So there you go. Something new. Now let's get back to business. Something borrowed. So that is literally something in your collection that you didn't pay for. Maybe somebody gave it to you. I don't know, maybe you stole it. Maybe you just found it lying around. Or maybe it is something you borrowed. I'm going to show you this edition of Blessing in Disguise by Axmaster, um, which even has the lineup of Axmaster that performed in this one. It has their autographs. And this one was actually given to me by Christopher Michael right here, who sings on it. And I'm going to actually do a series where I look at Axmaster releases and talk about them. And this one will be the first episode. I'm going to revisit this. But yeah, so this was a gift from Christopher Michael from Axmaster, who was in Axmaster back when they recorded this one here. So that's something borrowed. Something blue. Uh, I'm going to show you this one here. I got a blue sky here. I think it counts. Tintin in Tibet, or in Danish, Tintin in Tibet. This is the Danish translation. Originally, they are in French. Uh, if that doesn't count, you got some other stuff with, blue colors on them. Some of these are kind of problematic nowadays, to be sure. Um, but this one here, this is great. This is probably my favorite Tintin story too. And I gotta say, although I like your North American superhero comics, for me it is the European album format. That's my favorite type of comic format. By the way, if these on the back don't count, if this doesn't count, I can show you this gallery because that's blue as well, so that should count. This is a very mature Tintin story, and it's absolutely fantastic. If you get a chance, check it out. So that was something blue. Okay, then shout out some channels on YouTube, some vinyl community channels. I want to shout out Tainted Lord 87, Tainted Lord 87, Tony, his channel, because he's such a supportive member of the vinyl community. Uh, so go and check out his channel. He has a lot of what's spinning videos, and it's always interesting to get some insight into what he's listening to. So that's the channel I'm gonna shout out. Tainted Lord 87. Okay, then any questions for Johnny Mac? Yes, I have a question. Is it even possible to get a good pizza in Wales? I was in Wales a couple of years ago now, almost 10 years ago, and we just couldn't find a good pizza anywhere. The pizzas we have had were terrible, to say the least. So, is it possible to get a good pizza anywhere in Wales? That's my question. And last, how did I discover the Rock and Metal Plus channel? I don't remember, if I'm being honest, but I think somebody shouted out the channel and I just happened to catch that shout out and I went to check out the channel. I think that's how I discovered it, but I can't remember. Anyways, congratulations to Johnny Mac on 1,000 subscribers and cheers in rock tea to everybody else. Thanks for watching.